Typical morning, I get here before daylight, a little after 5. There's a couple of guys already waiting, spent the night, ready to get in and get loaded today. Well, good morning and welcome back. This is the beginning of a long and typical day here at Ryan Farms Produce. I'm gonna let you follow me around all day and kind of show you what goes on, and whatever you see today is pretty much the same every day. We're open to the public Monday through Saturday, and we started, I think we opened 10th or 11th of June, and it'll go through the first week of August as far as being open to the public. So what you see is just a typical day. So it starts early, get here a little after 5 a.m. All right, first thing I do is get all the lights on because it's still dark. All right, the help gets here at 6. So I try to get here at least 45 minutes before they do and start organizing and anything that needs to be done before they get here. We open at 8 o'clock to the public, so we'll send the guys out to the field starting at 6, and then first truck coming back in usually comes in about 7:45. So it's a constant revolving door. We're constantly picking stuff throughout the day, bringing it here. If it needs to be boxed and graded, we box and grade it, or we load stuff straight on the trucks in the back. We do wholesale to the a lot of guys that sell on the side of the road. Maybe they have their own produce stand, whatever. So they pull around to the back. So everybody that comes to the back is wholesale. These big double doors way at the end of the building behind me, that's our front door. That's where everybody parks out front for their retail, just for individuals. They come through the front door. So if you hear me refer to front door or back door, that's what that means. We send out 4 different trucks every day to the field, and all they do is pick all day long. So the first truck will pick squash, cucumbers, peppers, tomatoes, sweet corn, okra, all that kind of stuff. Basically anything that goes in a box other than the sweet corn. Another truck just picks peaches, and they field pack them, bring them in already boxed, graded number 1s or number 2s. Another truck just picks peas, and it's 95% purple hulls. We do have some zipper cream crowders that we have off and on. They have not started yet. And then the other truck takes my big trailers, and all they do is pick cantaloupes and watermelons. We do the cantaloupes first every morning, get them out of the way, spend the rest of the day picking watermelons. All right, these are the purple hulls that we picked yesterday. We'll run them through the pea sheller this morning. The peas have to sit in front of these fans overnight. You can't pick them and run them through the pea sheller in the same day. It doesn't work. You let them sit overnight, though, it works perfect. We usually run 2 pea shellers. I got 2 just alike. This is one, and we keep the other one around here on the back of the building, 2 different spots. But anyway, they can shell all those peas usually by 9:30 maybe. What the fans does is it takes out the moisture in those pods just enough to where they'll pop right open running it through the pea sheller. Like I said, if you didn't and you put them straight in there when you picked them, it wouldn't pop those peas out. This is our little trailer that we throw the pea holes in. I got a dump door in the back, and we dump it in got a little pasture with some sheep in it. The family that lives here on the place that works for me, they've got sheep, which are kind of like goats. They'll eat anything. So we throw it out there and they eat it right up. Works out pretty good. We probably dump it either every day or every other day, just kind of depends. These are some of the tomatoes that we boxed up yesterday afternoon. We keep them kind of 2 different color stages. This is kind of the more pinker breaker stage. These will be a little more greener. Keep them on the same pallet. That way we know which is more red. So we're constantly moving these around. People will come in and get them. You know, the stack will go down. We'll start a new stack, whatever. But, you know, we'll leave these, if we have to, for a couple of days, you know, and they'll be just perfect. But most of the time, people buy them before that. And, you know, especially the guys that are reselling, sometimes they like to get them, you know, before they're all the way red, so they don't get them too late or they ruin on them. But like I told you before, and I'll probably tell you again, this is kind of how we pick them right here, if we can keep up with them. If we don't, then we don't have any choice but to pick them more red. Anything that we box, you know, we do not wash it. Years ago when I first started, I had a, you know, kind of a wash line, a conveyor line, kind of the standard for, you know, vegetable growers. And we did all that. But to me, anytime you wash anything, it just causes problems as far as holding up. So we pack everything. If we need to wipe it, we wipe it, but we don't wash it. And to me, it's better. Even the stuff that goes to the stores, we have a middleman that picks stuff up and goes to the stores. You know, whenever we have some excess, he comes and picks it up. But even for that, we don't wash anything, and we've never had an issue with anything as far as, you know, it being dirty, because we do hand wipe it if it needs to be. You know, our location and proximity to Shreveport really benefits us, because we're out in the country, but we're close enough that we're not far from Shreveport Bossier. We're in Dixie, Louisiana, just north of Shreveport. So we get lots of people, obviously, from Shreveport, but we get lots of people from all different directions too. And it amazes me how far people drive, because we're not getting any traffic of people that just happen by. You know, we're not in a place where people are just driving by and they see us and I'm like, oh, I think I'll stop in. Everybody that comes has to specifically come here, if that makes sense. So a lot of it's word of mouth. You know, of course, we've been doing it a long time, but we get people from Texarkana, which is north of us, and East Texas. So we get people in lots of different directions. The guys that sell in the back, the wholesale guys, most of them are within 60 miles probably radius. There's a few that come that are about 100 miles. Of course, when they come, especially from that far, they want to get as much as possible. You know, they want to load up to make it worth their trip. So with the guys in the back too, you know, we have a rotation, not purposefully. You know, we don't hold anybody's spot. Everything we do is first come, first serve on everything, whether it's retail or wholesale. But, you know, if we do a certain number of guys today, you know, they're not coming back tomorrow. They may come back in the day after tomorrow or the next day. And so once you kind of get everybody going, like that first week, you know, you kind of get the same people each day. You know, the same people that are here today, more than likely were here, you know, maybe 2 days ago. And it kind of works out pretty good that way. Kind of our checkout area where everybody pays right here at the window when they get ready to check out. All right, every morning I make a list and go over it with the help before they head to the field. You know, if we need to maybe pick something out of order, maybe we're out of something and we need something sooner than we need something else, kind of check on maybe where they are when they quit the day before in the field, how much do they have left, you know, of where they are before they move on to the next field, things like that. the timing, if I need them to come in at a different time to bring something in, or if I need more of this, more of that, anything like that. Or like with the watermelon and cantaloupe guys, if I need them to bring in one watermelon bin with the cantaloupes for me inside for the retail, sometimes I have to do that. So things like that. And I'm constantly keeping my list open all day long for the next morning so I don't forget, because we have so many different crops and going in so many different directions. If I don't write it down, I'll never remember. All right, I keep my boxes here stored in my warehouse building right here next door. I kind of know how many boxes we use each summer, so I try to get enough in the winter time here to last me for the whole summer. Now if we get towards the end and I need some more, I'll start getting some more. But once the summer's over too, I'll start getting stocked back up with boxes for sweet potatoes. I've talked about that last year. We used the same box for anything we box all year long, goes in this same box. It's just kind of a standard 25-pound tomato box. We use a lot of these boxes more than once, because we fill them all up, but everything that we sell in the racks retail, we take out of what we've already boxed up. So we empty a whole lot of boxes that way and reuse them. I was going to tell you a little bit how people keep up with what we have and what's going on. We have a mass email list at our website, ryanfarmsproduce.com. People can sign up there. They sign up voluntarily. We don't get their email from somewhere else and put it on there. Anytime we have major announcements, like when we're opening a major crop that's ready, anything all year long, when we're closing, when we're opening back for the fall, we send out an email. We don't flood people with emails. Nobody likes that. But like on opening day, the day before nobody's here, and then on opening day, boom, everybody's here. That's how they know. But during the season, how they keep up with what we have is something I started years ago, kind of by accident, and it's one of the best things I ever did. We have a recording, and on that recording, I change it every night to let people know what we're going to have for the next day. We have like a menu, you press 1 for daily updates, 2 for directions. We don't have a phone, we don't answer the phone, anything like that. People just call and listen, and it works really well. Years ago when we first started, it was a physical phone line, and it was always busy, and people would tell me I had to stay up in the middle of the night to get through on the phone line. Well, we changed all that to more modern technology. I don't know all the terminology, but anyway, now anybody can call all at the same time. You don't get a busy signal, and you find out what we have. I try to be specific as we can. Obviously things change during the day. Try to give you all the information that I know ahead of time. Like today, for example, we do not have any big sacks of sweet corn. Well, if you call, it says that there are no sacks of sweet corn. The big sacks only in the small sacks, things like that. So it helps the people a lot, and it helps me tremendously. One thing I hadn't mentioned either is we haul all of our crops here. This is our headquarters, our farm headquarters, my shop, keep all my equipment here, the greenhouses, and then we sell everything here. So my crops are in basically 2 primarily locations. One of them is about maybe a mile away, and the other is about 3 miles away. So everything is hauled here. We don't load any watermelon trailers or anything in the field like that, nothing like that. Everybody comes here to buy everything. And 100% of what we sell all year long, we sell right here. We don't deliver anything to anybody anywhere, which is a blessing. We don't have to take it anywhere to any kind of farmers markets or anything. Everything is 100% of it is sold right here. I know there's a lot of places in different parts of the country where guys like me have to pack up everything and load up and go to all these farmers markets. I can't imagine doing that. To me, that would be a lot of trouble, but they don't have any choice probably because of maybe their location or whatever. So we're blessed with that. We don't have to pack up and load anything anywhere. We have these cantaloupes left over from the day before, and I have them sealed up in here. When I open the door in the morning, that smell is unbelievable, unbelievably good. Between the cantaloupes and the peaches, when you have them in here, they really make the place smell good. These cantaloupes are pretty big. 15 pounds. We have had them, you know, I mean, it's rare, but we've had them 18 to 20 before. I would say they're all probably over 10, but we have a good many of them that are 15. I feel like they usually get bigger as the summer goes along, so we'll see. All right, all the purple hulls we sell come in 4-pound bags, just like this. We don't sell any other size bag. Everything's 4 pounds. We don't do anything by the bushel, call anything by the bushel, because you can manipulate a bushel any way you want it. But these are 4-pound bags. All right, on our coolers, we have a walk-in cooler here that we keep in the front, and that is where we keep shelled peas if we need to, little bags of corn, pepper, small stuff that we can reach in there and grab quick. Keep our big coolers in the back, refrigerated walk-in cooler here. We'll keep boxes of peaches and big sacks of sweet corn. And then our second cooler with a roll-up door there is, we keep that at 60 degrees. We keep this one at 35. When the guys bring in the peaches from the field, they field pack them in the truck. We don't repack them once they get here. They do a good job. These are going to be number ones. We just started on our Freestone varieties yesterday. And then we'll pack a number 2. Maybe from the camera it doesn't look a whole lot of difference, but mostly it's just going to be the size, maybe a split or something. That saves us a lot of time packing them in the field. That way when they bring them in off the truck, they're ready to go. All right, this is how we pack our pickling cucumbers. And we sell them in baskets. Pack our number 1 squash here. Sell them in baskets. Any of the bigger squash or cucumbers that we get, we pull it out and sell it as number 2s. Box it up, different box. This is how we box up the number 2 squash. The stuff that gets too big, we separate it. Have a couple of guys that like to come get all of what we got on that. example, a while ago, somebody came in and wanted a big sack of corn, and I told them we didn't have it. If they would have called, then they would have heard that we didn't have any. And it was somebody that knew about the phone but didn't call, and so now that's how people learn. They learn to call, especially if you're coming for something, just one thing specific. Keep this little ticket book all the time in my pocket. Keep up with everything the guys in the back get, because it can get very confusing. They'll get a load of something and hang around for something else and start grabbing stuff. And anyway, when they get ready to pay, I send them up front to the register and they have their ticket. Zipper cream crowders. It's the first ones I've had all year. We'll have them kind of off and on throughout the month of July, not every day. Everybody still prefers the purple hulls, but the people that like these, they'll be anxious to get them. They'll be happy when we start getting a lot of okra, because everybody wants okra. So it's just starting to come on and make. Hopefully we'll be getting a good bit of it here in another week or so. The line of trucks has started for the afternoon watermelon run. Lining up. Brought in a bin of Cushaws. We don't have that many. We brought in a bin last week. Just a little something different to have a few of them. They sell pretty good for the people that know what to do with them. We pick everything in 5-gallon buckets just because it's easier to grab a handle and move it around. On the tomatoes, we pick them pink, or we'll pick them kind of breakers. We'll separate them out when we're boxing the number ones. Try to keep the same color stage in a box. They will all turn red at some point. It takes them a few days on the ones that are just turning. We pull out the odd-shaped ones, or the cracks, put them in a number 2 grade, crack, or kind of a blossom score. We'll sell those by the box in the number 2 grades for half price. All right, most of the afternoon, the ladies spend boxing the tomatoes up after we finish with the pea shellers and box up the squash and cucumbers and all that. And so we spend most of the afternoons doing this. They'll bring in 3 or 4 truckloads of tomatoes each day fresh to box. Alright, this is at the end of the day, and this will give us some sweet corn for in the morning. We just started our 3rd planting of corn. We plant 3 different plantings of sweet corn. This is the beginning of the 3rd, so once we're done with this, our corn will be over for the season. Last load of the day right there. That's it. There was about 7, maybe 8 trucks in that line, and the last 2 didn't get anything, and they stay mad at me, some of these guys. We do our best. It's the same way with the retail people. We do our best. They can't understand a lot of times why we don't have it all the time, whatever they want. We're constantly picking it, bringing it in. There's only so much we can do in a day. When you deal with the public, I mean, it's satisfying to see them happy and get what they want, but it's also drives you crazy when they get so upset with you. And it's not a lot of people, but every day it's some. They can't understand why we can't just run out to the back and get some more. So anyway, that's kind of how the day goes here. It's we bring in 2 of those big watermelon trailers every day, and one cantaloupe trailer every day, a big one like that, and bring in several truckloads of tomatoes, truckload of squash, truckload of peppers and cucumbers, a couple of truckloads of peaches, a couple of truckloads of peas, and that's it. By the end of the day, there's nothing left. I got 1 bin of watermelons left over to start out in the morning with my retail. I saved it. If I didn't save it, they'd get it, the guys in the back. We've got some peaches to start the day with. Got a good bit of peas. We'll run through the pea sheller starting in the morning. The squash and all, we'll have to pick and get it up here before 8 o'clock. I got plenty of tomatoes right now. So that's we'll have to pick the cantaloupes in the morning too and get them up here by 8 o'clock. So that is my day, every day, all summer. So I'm thankful God's blessed us with a good business, a lot of crops, a lot of customers. We couldn't do it without the customers. We couldn't do it without our good help. And anyway, I'm glad y'all watched. Keep tuning in, subscribe to us, like our videos. But that's kind of my typical day. It's a little after 4. We shut down at 4 o'clock. If I have to do any extra tractor work and all, this is when I would do it. Today I don't have to do any, thank goodness. I'm tired, going home and cooling off and resting. So y'all tune in next time. I'm not sure what we'll have on the next video, but it'll be something, and we will see y'all next time.